Hello, everyone. So I'm just looking at this particular report from Sahara Reporters where it said FCT Minister Wike brags about court ruling stopping PDP National Convention. So, there's been a whole lot of drama on the PDP National Convention. Honestly, I've not really even talked about it on my channel because PDP the way it is. PDP is already more or less like dead. I don't know if those people if they can just sell that party, if they sell or give that party to me, let's revamp that party and turn it everything. PDP is that, when you see certain companies, they have all the potentials, but management is zero. That's just where, PDP is. And unfortunately, they've allowed themselves to be held ransom by someone. And it's not really by someone, it's by their own greed. So PDP is that party where it's always about money. You bring the money, you control everything. So it's almost like having a spoiled child, a child of rich parents that was spoiled, giving money to do whatever they want to do without having to really do something seriously. And then all of a sudden, the parents now don't have money, they go bankrupt, and the child doesn't know how to navigate. And it still has that sense of entitlement and sense of, just entitlement, and believe that the whole world should bow down to him or her just because of the way their parents spoiled them. So, and they never know how to fight. And that's the thing that has always happened with PDP. Currently, Wike has held PDP by its jugular, and you see all the things that have been going on. Also, very instructive is the way they have handled their national chairmanship issues. They want to change the chairman, and then at one time there was some group, is it Northern Governors or Northern something, PDP Northern Caucus or whatever, came that they adopted someone to be the chairman. And some people were coming out to say, no, this person has this and that, a lot of allegations against the person and stuff like that. Anyway, that went on. And then, so they now said they were going to sell form, and they refused to sell form to Sule Lamido, former governor of Jigawa State. And it became a major problem. How are you refusing to sell form to someone? Even if you don't want that person, you sell the form. People who are doing screening, you can, in your way, when you can find a way of not allowing him go on, if there's some, criteria that you're going to put that will exclude that person, or when they go to vote, you find that if the people want the person to, if they don't want the person, they leave it. But PDP will always do this thing. And I'm not surprised anyway. Anytime I talk, people are like, oh, you don't like PDP. For me, I just find PDP extremely annoying because they had everything. Okay, fine, they lost election in 2015. So, where did they expect that they were going to be winning the election every year? Oh, I forgot they said they were going to rule for 60 years. It's normal. You're going to lose election. When you lose, you stand up, you fight back again and get it. You just sit down and just waiting. I think they should just put the food on their laps. That's when they started. The same PDP started insulting citizens and saying that, oh, you are the reason why election people did not win election. You're the reason why this is that. Anyways, now we are here. And even in 2014, one of the things that PDP did was that they printed only one form and refused to sell form to any other person. And it was only Jonathan they printed for. Meanwhile, there was a gentleman, it is said that there was a gentleman agreement between Jonathan and some northern leaders that he was going to do only one term. And that's why they all rallied out to vote for him to campaign and vote for him in 2011. That after 2011, he was not going to run 2015 so that it would come back to the north. But of course, he never did that. But anyway, today Wike is bragging about court ruling stopping PDP National Convention. Wike made the remarks on Friday evening while addressing some PDP stakeholders at his residence in Abuja. The minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja Yeso Wike, has backed a court ruling that halted the People's Democratic Party's PDP National Convention slated for November 15 and 16, 2025, calling it a very wise decision. Wike is that person who thinks he knows it all, but unfortunately really doesn't know anything, and he ends up outsmarting himself because of his sense of arrogance that make him believe that he's the alpha and omega. He's the one that is in there because he's brash, he can talk anyhow and, say things, and people keep quiet. People don't, because a lot of people just don't want to be dragged into his shenanigans, so they tend to leave him alone, and then he begins to have this sense of overblown bloated importance of himself. He thinks he is what he is not. And so all of these shenanigans that he still feels that, oh, he's a smart one that is here and yet. Hey, may God give us long life. Maybe for this Nigeria, if we dey alive, we will see am. Wike made the remarks on Friday evening while addressing some PDP stakeholders in his residence in Abuja. If you don't follow the law, then there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. It's unfortunate that the National Convention cannot hold the purported National Convention, the minister stated. There was also a time when he was talking about the fact that how can there be a convention being called and he's not aware of it? Was it some stakeholder meeting that they did? How can they have some stakeholder meeting and he's not aware of it? Nobody informed him. Who are the people, their stakeholder? If it's not this, if it's not, when they say pride goes before a fall, watch out for Wike. The floor for it to be televised. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) had also rejected the judgment of Federal High Court in Abuja stopping its planned national convention, describing the ruling as assault on Nigeria's democratic processes. And also the Nigerian courts, I think I've always said this about the judiciary, they really should be ashamed of themselves, the way they allow themselves to be used anyhow, frivolous cases being brought, whatever. The judiciary should put an importance to its judicial time so that people don't get to use them anyhow, anyway. But then, like they say, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. In a statement titled PDP Planned National Convention Not Vitiated by Court and issued on Monday by its National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunagba, the party vowed to go ahead with all its planned activities and internal processes ahead of convention to elect new national officers. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) is appalled by the judgment of the Federal High Court of Abuja, presided over by Honorable Justice Kolawole Omotosho today, describing it as an assault on Nigeria's democratic process, the statement read. Sahara reporters earlier reported that a federal high court sitting in Abuja restrained the PDP from proceeding with its planned national convention scheduled to hold in Ibadan, Oyo State capital, next month. Justice James Omotosho issued the order while ruling on a suit seeking to determine whether the party could legally conduct the convention slated for November 15 and 16. But the PDP spokesperson insisted that the judgment does not in any way stop the party from carrying on with its internal arrangements. The PDP states that the judgment of the court does not vitiate its ability to proceed with the process and activities towards the National Convention to elect new national officers to pilot the affairs of the party for the next 4 years. The PDP cited its recent Supreme Court ruling affirming the supremacy of political parties in managing their internal affairs as a basis for its decision to continue preparations. Our party notes the recent judgment of the Supreme Court, which affirms the supremacy of political party in the management of its internal affairs. The statement added, the opposition party directed its members, chapters, and organs to remain resolute and focus on the upcoming convention. The PDP therefore charges its members, chapters, and organs to remain steadfast and focus on preparations towards holding the national convention of our party, the statement added. While expressing its commitment to due process, the party said it will appeal the ruling immediately. Nevertheless, the PDP, as the leading opposition party in Nigeria, committed to the rule of law, has accordingly directed its lawyer to take immediate action to appeal this judgment in our unwavering determination to uphold, defend, and promote multi-party democracy in our country, Ologunagba stated. The suit was filed by 3 senior PDP officials, Austin Nwachukwu, the Imo State Chairman, Ama Abraham Nana, the Abia State Chairman, and Tura George, the South Secretary of the party. The defendants in the case include the Independent National Electoral Commission, the PDP National Secretary Samuel Anyanwu, National Organizing Secretary Umar Bature, the National Working Committee, and the National Executive Council. The plaintiffs said to be political allies of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT News Wike, a vocal critic of the oncoming convention. I urge the court to halt the process, arguing that PDP failed to comply with its own constitution, the 1999 Constitution, and the Electoral Act during preparation for the convention. Oh Lord, I'm just reading this, I'm just wondering. Nigeria is at the verge of, we are being killed. Nigerians are being killed. Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are going through so much. These are the things that people are filing. Hey! Their counsel argued that no Congress was conducted in 14 states, stressing that the matter was not a mere internal party issue, but a question of legality and the compliance with due process. However, the PDP in its defense maintained that the case falls strictly within its internal affairs and therefore lies outside the court's jurisdiction. The party accused the claimant of attempting to disrupt legitimate leadership transition process. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't even know what to say at this moment, honestly, just to say that PDP is such a disappointment to itself. It has really